You have a smooth brain. No ridges or lumps or valleys or bumps.
Small, Papa, like that. Tiny.
I seen that one.
Hello there.
All right. I want to do one more of these. I love the animal moments. Right, exactly. What you had for dinner last night? Some Bojangles. Yep, that's all I had yesterday. What you eat? No. Now that wasn't funny. Oh. Ah. Bruh. Oh, back up. All right. Oh. No. No. There's no way. Bruh. I can't take no more. I'm done right there. That's where we draw the line at. All right, so I'm a dad. Now we gotta watch the dad jokes, and we gonna do shorts.
I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised.
Yeah.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the pee is silent.
Hey Eli, why can't you hear pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. You spelled pterodactyl with a P. That one wasn't good because you didn't know how to spell pterodactyl. I'm gonna try him out though.
Why did they cut off the
As I
Wi-Fi
hear.
at the farm?
Why?
Because the cows kept downloading music.
Hey Eli, why did they cut off the Wi-Fi at the farm? Okay, you heard it. I gotta make sure you don't hear it neither. All right, I'm gonna try again. I mean, you gotta make sure you can't see it neither. So I gotta try again. I'm gonna try again. All right, here we go.
What's the difference between 3 cocks and a joke?
Oh, come on, that ain't a good
I
one.
wanted to start a new diet. I just feel like I have way too much.
What's the
Oh,
difference between
I wanted to start a new diet. I just feel like I have way too much on my plate right now.
Okay, Eli. I wanted to start a new diet. I just feel like I got way too much on my plate right now. Nah, that wasn't as good.
A sweater I purchased was picking
Okay.
up static electricity, so I decided to return it. He gave me another one.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan. Go mute the TV out there. I'm your host, Dan F. Man, it's good to be back in here with y'all for another week on Mindful Mondays. You know what time it is. So this week, well, today on Mindful Monday, we talking about my camera right here. Spending time. So on some of the notifications, it may say spending time with your kids, but on the Twitch one, it should say spending time together. So that's what we doing today. We spending time together on Mindful Monday. So let me get y'all motivation. Let me get that together, and we gonna go from there. Hold on 1 second. Where that chapstick on? Oh yeah, and I got my crew in here. Say what up, crew. Look. My background crew, they will evolve. Be my editors and all of that stuff, moderator. All right, so let's get this motivation, y'all. Y'all listen up. You got your headphones on, E? Put your headphones on, man. While I send out this share. I share this live. All right, there we go. All right, motivation for my men. Motivation for young men. There we go. Get it done. That's the one that he made, yeah. So we would have to get like a since it's this all one channel, we would have to get like a different channel to get a different character. You see what I'm saying? But I can have y'all play like games and stuff too. I'm gonna set that up in a second. Y'all listen to this motivation though. Oh, let's see what Robert Greene got to say. Gotta be good, Robert Greene.
What do you write?
The romantic poems.
Well, what if we wrote Zainab a poem right now and use Grammarly's AI writing tool?
To be truly powerful, you don't have to go out there and grab things. You don't have to go prove yourself. All of it will come to you. People will come to you. Women will have inner strength, inner power that I think is the ideal for young men today in the world. These are actually very confusing times I believe, for young men. And the majority of my readers, to be honest with you, are young men, and I do a lot of consulting with them. So I understand the confusion that is going on because traditional values and traditional ideals of masculinity are evaporating, and it's very disconcerting. And so to me, the most important thing here is to, first of all, define an icon of what I would consider
so you gotta hop over to Twitch. You gotta hop over to Twitch. I'm gonna pin it in the chat to be able to hear the motivation for the day.
Because without a nice sense of an ideal, then we're kind of lost at sea. We don't really know where we're heading, what we want to achieve, or what we want to aim for in life. And so when I think of masculinity, or I think it means to be a man, I think in terms of, it's very weird, but I have an image of my mind of a particular Hollywood actor from the 30s and 40s. I know that sounds cliched, but let me explain it to you for a minute. His name was Gary Cooper. Now it happened he was extremely handsome, but the ideal, for so long, he kind of embodied this particular ideal. And what this ideal was, he was very soft-spoken. He didn't talk a lot. He wasn't aggressive or pushy, but he knew who he was. He knew what he wanted. He knew what was right. He knew what was wrong, and he stood for it. And he didn't assert himself and pushed. He was extremely strong inside. He knew who he was. He was very balanced. And if you're ever going to watch a movie, maybe you find old movies kind of stupid, but this is a great one that really illustrates it. And it's called High Noon, where he's the sheriff of this town and he has to take on all of these kind of evil bastards. Anyway, so to me the idea is you have a sense of control of your nature, of who you are. You know that you're not just about being aggressive. It's not just about picking fights and going out in the world and kind of hurting people or pushing them around. That's actually a sign of weakness. True inner strength, and it's calm, right? And so you don't feel the need to push people, to hurt people, to assert yourself, to show off, to show how people who show off how wealthy they are, how many fancy cars they have, are actually weak. They're actually insecure. They're actually incredibly immature. And I talk about in the laws of human nature that when you look at somebody who has very extreme qualities like bravado, like brashness, like bragging about how great they are, by bragging about how many women they've seduced by bragging about their fancy cars. They're actually really weak little tiny people inside. They're trying to cover up all their weaknesses, all their insecurities with bravado. But you, as a young man, you don't need any of that. When you see it, you're disgusted by it because it reveals weakness. Somebody who is truly strong inside doesn't have to show off, doesn't have to talk, doesn't have to say a lot. That was the whole thing about Gary Cooper. He never talked. You know, I say in Laws of Power, always say less than necessary. Weak people have to talk, have to brag, have to talk, all these things. If you're strong inside, you let your actions do the talking. You don't have to go on websites and show all the great things, that your cars, your money, your house. It speaks through your work, through the things that you have achieved, through the businesses that you have started, through the books that you have read. You don't have to do any talking. Your actions speak for themselves. So let's have certain ideals, certain standards of what we consider masculinity or to be a strong man actually are, and to use that sort of guide us through life. So one thing is, if you're strong inside, you can take criticism. People who have this kind of fake masculinity, by the moment you try and challenge them or talk to them or say that their ideas are stupid, or maybe that they don't know what they're talking about, they get so insecure and they lash out, they fight back and they yell. We see all these kind of trolls on the internet doing that, right? But if you are truly strong, you can take criticism. You can take a mentor. You can take somebody coming into your life and saying, this is what you need to do. This is where you need to go. You're not doing it right. You need to follow this path instead of the one that you're on, right? The other thing is, a true man, to me, true masculinity, has deep respect for women, doesn't feel the need to insult them, to push them around, to dominate them. He respects them truly, and he honors them, and he almost has a kind of chivalrous approach. I know all of this sounds very old-fashioned, but you know, these were values that came up through culture over hundreds and hundreds of years, and they have deep meaning and they have deep import. So having a chivalrous attitude towards women, to me, reveals inner strength and confidence, the kind of thing that I think women respond to. I don't think women respond to
Delight, Stacy. I see you jumped over to. I see you jumped over to Facebook. Yeah. So the TikTok. Let me just pause for a second. So the TikTok is just for me to talk on right now, since I can't get my computer on there. But for if you want the whole program, you got to jump over to Twitch or you got to jump over to Facebook so you can see the actual footage of what we watching back here on the screen. You see what I'm saying? So glad you hopped over. You know what I'm saying? You get that full motivation. Let me rewind it back 2 seconds, and I'm going to be quiet for the rest of it.
I think women respond to. I don't think women respond to from a mile away, and it repulses them. They can also smell a man who has that kind of inner confidence, that kind of inner security, and it's deeply seductive and deeply attractive. So having a sense of an inner strength, of knowing who you are, of not feeling the need to brag, of knowing that these are the virtues that signify strength in our culture, they become sort of your daily guiding post. And when you catch yourself becoming all emotional and all panicky and all yelling and raging and angry, you step back and you go, I'm being weak. I'm falling below this kind of ideal.
Hitting your goals has nothing to do with discipline. The real culprit is friction, and it slowly erodes your progress. Unless
that I think I should follow in my life. When it comes to your career and to navigating the very difficult environment that we're all dealing with, you know, a lot of young men think that the sign of success or of proving themselves is by making a lot of money early on and being able to show that. But to me, that isn't what the game is all about. The game is how to last. So when I look at sports and I look at athletes that I really admire and I think these are fantastic, I think of Michael Jordan, I think of Tom Brady, I think of LeBron James, I think of, God bless his soul, Kobe Bryant, people who lasted. They lasted for many years, right? They weren't just one-hit wonders. And so true success and true power in life can go on for 10, 20, 30 years. You have a plan. You have a long-term career that you're aiming for. And your goal is not to like make a bunch of money and show off. It's to become a master in what you're doing, to understand your field, to be extremely creative and powerful in that. And then things will come to you. So to be truly powerful, you don't have to go out there and grab things. You don't have to go prove yourself. All of it will come to you. People will come to you. Women will come to you. Job offers will come to you. Money will come to you. If you have this kind of inner strength, this kind of inner power that I think is the ideal for young men today in the world. It's very confusing right now because everything is so fluid and we're all supposed to think that there's no such thing as masculinity anymore, that it's toxic. But real masculinity, that real kind of strength that I'm talking about, is not toxic at all. It is not out there to hurt people. It's not out there to dominate, to be aggressive, to push people around. It's all about an inner strength, an inner confidence that you radiate outward. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I advocate making that your ideal and making that the kind of the radar that guides you through these very difficult times.
Hey, I hope y'all, hold on, wait, give me a second. I hope y'all heard all of that, my young men. My young men out there, I hope y'all heard a good portion of that. Dan, I know you had some choppiness over there on your end. So what I want you to do is, I want you to open up Google Chrome. Hold on, let me give me my hands in here. Let me get my hands in here. Say something in the mic.
What you mean?
So, open up Google Chrome. So bring the computer over here. You gotta bring the computer over here. So that's Dan on the mic right now. We're gonna have him on the mic'd up. We're gonna have him mic'd up for a little second. Put the computer up there. All right, so that's motivation for my men out there. You got to have an inner strength. You got to have an inner glow. You got to have some sort of inner light. Inner light, in case my accent got crazy on that one. All right, so let me open up Google Chrome. So our topic for today is spending time with your kids. If you looking on Twitch, it's spending time together, but spending time with your kids. So as you can see right now, I got my kids in here, and they working background for me on this on my Twitch engineering job. You know what I'm saying? I got them hired up. So what we're gonna do first is, let me get y'all over to some good videos. Hobbies. Everybody play the video games and do all of that stuff, but let's try to get something else that's interesting for the kids out there. All right.
Aiden.
Hey, how about we get you back up? Twitch. What Marshmallow do? Yeah. All right. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they talking about.
Install Windows in minutes. Stay productive without hassle.
Oh, it's a commercial. Oh, that beat sound like it was hard body. All right. Now you can leave this here so you can chat, but you can listen from here. All right, because it seemed like it might run smoother there. Go ahead. Do you think?
English sing.
Oh my gosh, this might be. Y'all say this might be too kiddie for y'all, huh?
And interests.
Nah, it ain't. Let's go.
What do you like doing? Playing the guitar.
Look at that guitar right there.
I like playing the guitar in music class. Playing the guitar. Reading books.
Ah, yeah, I like these two already.
I like reading books in the library.
Is it on the TV out there?
Reading books.
We're gonna do one more.
Drawing.
There you
I
go,
love
E.
drawing with crayons.
All right, that's the last one of that. We ain't doing that. Hey, watch the show. Now this one ain't talking, but look, aquarium keeping, archery lessons. These hobbies for kids in alphabetical order. Art classes. Astronomy clubs. Y'all know what astronomy is? You know what astronomy is, Dan? Talking to you, Mike.
No.
It's the study of the stars. Outside of our solar system, of course. And in our solar system and planets and everything that's outside our planet.
Okay.
Athletic trade, badminton, ballet classes. Y'all want to take ballet?
No.
Baseball, little league. All right, let's go forward. Y'all know what fencing is?
Yes, it's basically like sword fighting.
Yeah. Let's see another one. Nature study clubs, singing lessons. Somebody hit a note right now. Sing a note. Sing a note, Dan.
E.
Yeah, sing a note. Oh, he ain't want to hit no. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, happy day.
Yeah, my boy. All right, hold on. Let's get another one. Table tennis. Y'all ever play ping pong? Table tennis?
Yes.
We need to get a ping pong. If we get some ping pong in here, that would be good. Hey, what's good, Nia? Good to have you in. And then volunteering. What do you volunteer for, Dan? Yeah, do you volunteer for anything? What?
I clean the school. Sometimes.
I know what you volunteer for.
This?
Choir. No, you ain't volunteer for this. This is mandatory. Choir. You volunteer for the play. What else?
Basketball.
Well, you ain't volunteer for that. Well, yeah. Basketball at school. All of that stuff. What about you, E? I'm doing well as usual. What about you? I'm doing pretty good, Nia. We doing good. We just trying to see some spending time. We just trying to spend time together. What about you, E? You volunteer for anything? That's my man's. He gonna be the soccer. Yeah, and playing soccer. That's my guys. All right. Let me see. So, all right. I got y'all. Let's do something funner than that. Watch this. Y'all don't even know what I'm about to do. So last week was Fortnite Fridays, right? Wasn't it?
Right.
And we had got some clips, right? This is what you say like I'm glowing. Hey, I'm trying to be. So we had got some clips last week, right? So let's see what we got here on Dad's page. This is what we do when we spend time together. And we play Minecraft too. We didn't get that iron armor, but all right, let's see. All videos. Where the clips at? Where them clips at? All right. Eli. Hey, this the famous one. This the famous one right here. Hold on. Yes, sir. Boom. Boom. Hold on, I never heard that before. I didn't hear that the last times we played this. And Dan was right there. Oh, I was right there. Boom. All right, let me see another one. The clips. All right, let me see. How do I get to all my clips? Okay, all videos. Clips. 7 days, 24 hours, top all time. All right, here we go. Oh, look. This one y'all ain't never even seen.
Yeah. Look at the dance party.
Oh, yeah.
That right there.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's
came
cool.
in there for the dance party.
Yeah. 2 years ago. That's Ella and that's Eli. Hey, breaking it down. Yes, sir. That was cute. All right, what else we got? All right, hold on. Dang, it's a lot of clips on here. Dang. Let's see what this one is. Let's see what this one is.
Dan, where did you just come from? I need to clip that. I'm about to clip that.
Look.
Dan, where did you just come from? I need to clip that.
It's
I'm about to
quick
clip
too.
that. Dan, where did you just come from?
Where did that come from?
I need to clip that. I'm about to clip that.
Yeah.
Dan.
That was funny. All right, what else we got? Dang, it's so many on here. We got clips from NFL Street. We're gonna get like, we're gonna get 4 more. Let's get 4 more. All right. We'll get 4 more. Oh, yo. GTA. We're gonna get 4 more. 3 more after this. Oh, this is a throwback. 4 years ago.
It's better to sneak.
Sneak. Yeah. It's so cute. Your voice is so cute.
Hide behind.
Oh, that clip was of absolutely nothing. I did nothing in that clip. That's a good time right there. Oh, there go Hank. Let's see what Hank doing. And these is all, so in case you're wondering, these are all clips of either me playing the game with the kids or the kids playing the game and me watching or them on my stream as of late. Hey, one. This Eli right here. Look at Eli. Oh, I finally saw it. You shot them both in 2 different directions. 2. 3. Watch, he gonna walk around the wall. Hey! 4. Look at that. That's my boy. Alright, so let's get up off the clips for right now. That was either me, like I said, that was either me playing the game with the kids. Oh, hold on, wait. We can do 2 more. We'll do 2 more. But it gotta be good. Oh, that ain't one, Dan. That's not one. Alright, well, we off the clips. I gotta get some education on y'all. So, let's see some importance of spending time with your parents. What? Oh, I already went from it, Eli, my bad. This for y'all, listen up. Oh man, I wish I could play the TED Talk. All right,
Over 8,000 men have permanently broken free from the P word by watching one single video training that you can actually watch by clicking the link below.
Most children now have older parents, right? Because people aren't having children until they're in their 30s. And there's a big difference between having a parent who's in his or her 30s and having a parent who's in his or her 20s.
Yep.
The 20-year-olds are still kind of like kids, and they're going to be more usefully neglectful, I would say.
Okay.
Well, look, one of the
it.
things we used to do with my daughter when she was very little was, well, you know, she was about a year and a half, is we'd have her in a room alone, and she would usually complain about that for a few minutes, and then she'd find a way to amuse herself. You know, she liked to take books out of shelves and put them back in, and like if you let her get through that initial bit of misery, then she would learn how to regulate herself, and she got very good at that. And then, so that's a good example of minor privation having a positive influence. But you know, children used to have multiple siblings, and siblings toughen you up because there's tremendous competition in families among siblings, and they had younger parents who had fewer resources. And you know, now parents are older, first of all, and second, they're more resource rich, and so they're more
Right, they
likely
can do
to
more.
schedule their children
Right.
to death in some sense to provide them with all the opportunities that they feel would be useful. And that's understandable. And plus, because they have fewer children, each child is in some sense more precious. You know, not like if you have 10 children, you don't love all of them, but you know, there's 10 of them. There's only so much excess attention that can go around, and
Right.
they do a lot of socializing each other rather than being socialized by parents. But if you only have one child, you know, you're going to devote all your resources to providing them with absolutely everything you can provide them with, and one of the dangers of that is that you'll overprotect them and you'll provide them with too much. And we don't understand those dynamics, right? We don't understand how much you should stay hands off your kids and let them go out there and make their own mistakes and find their own way. And that's tricky, and we're ignorant about it. And so I think one of the consequences of that is that we do have a reasonable percentage of young people, maybe young adolescents, the kind that you hear about at university, who have been overprotected and overscheduled and under-challenged in some sense. And so they're not very resilient. And then, of course, what's happening in the universities, the safe spaces and the trigger warnings and all of that.
Yeah.
And there's good recent research on this. Trigger warnings clearly make things worse rather than better. We extend that overprotection far longer than is helpful.
It's helpful, right.
You know, it's hard though, because as I said, when you have resources, you
It's
can
hard
use
not
them
to use
to
them.
make your children's lives, let's say, easier. But the question is, like, do you really want to make the life of someone you love easier? And that's an incredibly difficult question.
Right. So Dan, let me hear what you think. Let me hear what you think after watching that.
I need your help real quick.
Did you hear any of it?
I did.
Okay. Well, don't worry about it. For right now, mute your computer and just talk to me. Okay. Go ahead, go back over there. Mute your computer and just talk to me, and it'll all be on here. So, again, how do you feel about all of that, Dan?
What I feel about it is if y'all spend more time with us, maybe we'll feel better and try to push ourselves.
No, your mic is good. I had to put it back in. The words, push out the words and stuff there.
We don't want to do.
So, the more hands-on I am, the more you might not want to do the things that I'm trying. But if I let you just kind of find it your own way,
We'll figure it out.
So, Eli, you want to say anything? Say no. Hey, what's good, SF? Good to have you in here. So,
I don't want to say anything.
All right, so I'm gonna get y'all another video about parents. Let me see. Excuse me. This is good. I want it to be short though. Let's get it short in here. Y'all listen up. Hold on, that wasn't a good video. They said nothing. So hold on. Let's see what my man
People
say.
don't know how to raise children. When my kid came to me and he said, "Daddy, a wheel came off my toy car," and he gave it to me. And I said, "So it did," and I threw it in the garbage. And I went back to my magazine. And then I watched that lower lip going off. Then he started crying. I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "You throwed it away." I said, "I'll get you baby toys where the wheels don't come off." He said, "Well, maybe I can fix it." So I gave it to him again. And he's sitting on the couch and he gets it together in just a minute or two. gets it together. Then you pick one. How did you do that? It's wonderful. He says, I'm not that little.
Yes, Dad.
But how did you do it? See the hole in the wheel, yes. See the piece of iron sticking up? I put the hole on and pushed
Yes,
it.
Dad. Let him
I said,
teach
that's
you.
wonderful.
Yes.
So if you say, here, let Daddy do it, let Mommy do it, you produce a blob. You know what that means? You solve all your kids' problems.
Yes,
you
sir.
have to put things upon them. People don't
Yes,
know
sir.
how to
Yes,
raise
sir.
children.
So now we back again. I'm gonna pause for another second. How y'all feel about that one?
I didn't get to listen to it.
You didn't get to listen to the video?
No, because I had to exit out both.
Okay, so Eli, did you hear? Speak to the mic. Did you hear? What do you feel about that? What does describe what happened?
Hold on, Dan looking for the mic right now. Hold on. That was actually a good one, and I don't think Dan got to hear it, but you can describe it to him. You see what I'm saying? I hear it too. I don't know how you was sitting there. Dan, it's right there. Give it to your brother. All right, now describe what happened in the video, E.
When my kid came to me and he said, Daddy, a wheel came off my toy car, and he gave it to me. And I said, so it did, and I threw it in the garbage. And I went
I'm
back
gonna play
to
the
my
video
magazine.
again.
And then I watched that lower lip going off. Then he started crying. I said, what's the matter? He said, you throwed it away. I said, I get your baby toys where the wheels don't come off. He said, well, maybe I can fix it. So I gave it to him again.
So what you say, Eli? Hold on. So what you say?
The dad should have made an idea to fix it.
But that was his idea. Turn the camera all the way down.
No, to give it back to him
So
in the first place instead of throwing it in the trash.
So you don't think
or help him fix it.
So you don't think throwing it in the trash helped him fix it?
No. Because he didn't do anything to help. He didn't take the time into helping his son fix it.
So let's finish watching for a second.
And he's sitting on the couch and he gets it together. In just a minute or two, gets it together. Then you pick one. How did you do that? It's wonderful. He says, I'm not that little. But how did you do it? See the hole in the wheel, yes. See the piece of iron sticking up? I put the hole on and pushed it. I said, that's wonderful. But if you say, here, let Daddy do it, let Mommy do it, you produce a blob. You know what that means? You solve all your kids' problems. You have to put things upon them. People don't know how to raise children.
So did he help him fix his car? He did? You say yes? Eli, did he help him fix his car? I can't wait for you to see it on the stream. Did he help him fix his car? He didn't? Okay, so you tell me why you say no. And then Dan tell me why he say yes. Give him the mic so he can explain why he say no.
explain why you say he didn't help?
Because he threw it in the trash.
Okay. Now, give it to Dave. And you explain why he did help.
I think he did help him because by him throwing it in the trash, he it showed him that his son is not so little, and it changed his son's attitude to being motivated to try to show his dad that he could fix it and he's not little.
My take on it as well is his dad wants him to fix it himself. Because the more he fixes it himself, the more he can do for himself. So by him throwing it in the trash, his dad motivated him to fix it himself. Instead of saying, come here, son, let me show you how to fix it, and slapping it back on himself. He said, man, well, let's go get you another one, because we'll get you one where the wheels don't fall off, because that's a baby toy. I'm not a baby. I want this one. And so he took it out the trash and he tried to fix it himself. You see? So am I, as a parent, supposed to do everything for you, or are you supposed to do things for yourself? Okay. Let's type this in. Let's see what comes up. Independent children. This is good. I told y'all this was going to be good. Let's see. Japan's independent children. Independent kids. SBS, the feed. Can we watch this? I don't think so. Hold on. Let's watch this one. This one will be better.
If you think traditional
Prodigy.
gel polish is good, wait until you see this one. The gel polish
We didn't
that
like
I'm
that last
thinking of
video
can be
neither.
removed in 1 minute.
Children, one moment they're crawling towards you, and the next they're running everywhere and you can't even catch them. That's how fast kids seem to grow up. At what age, though, are they considered grown up enough to start being independent? And what are some things you can do to help encourage your little ones to become more independent? We're going to dive into the topic of independence in this video. But before we do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more
definitely
parenting
gave it a
videos
thumbs
like
up.
this. First of all, let's explore the benefits of introducing independence at an early age. One of the most important benefits is that it allows children to learn how to do things for themselves, which serves as a great foundation. It teaches them that they can accomplish tasks without help, and this builds their self-confidence. Self-independence also prepares children for the challenges of life they might face later on, such as moving away from home and living alone while they study overseas, for example. By gaining experience and knowledge of how to handle things on their own from an early age, they will be even better able to cope when real-life situations call for independence in future.
Right.
So, at what age should parents start encouraging their children to be more independent? Well, there's no definitive answer to this question, as every child is different. Studies and experts seem to agree that parents can start letting their kids be more independent as early as the age of 4.
I should put
Toddlers
a poll in
between 4 to 6 years old are actually biologically developed enough to explore much of the world on their own. This is also
Right.
the age when their learning processes take off, and they start learning from people, their surroundings, whatever digital media that they're exposed to, and pretty much anything they can get their hands on. Children around the age of 4 to 6 years old also have better control over their feelings and behaviors as compared to a tiny tot, and they might be able to express themselves and their feelings through simple verbal language. What are some ways parents can encourage their 4-year-olds to be more independent?
Right.
One thing that parents can do is to give their children more opportunities to make choices on their own. An easy way to start is
That
by
ain't no
letting your
poll.
young ones choose their own outfits for the day. It sounds easy,
Ah,
but it might
see,
be
that's
a
one-
challenge for them when they're just only starting.
That one right there is one that I started way back when, but it ain't really caught on with my kids yet. So, but it is what it is.
starting to make their own choices.
Picking your
A
own clothes
whole
for the day.
wardrobe of options might be too overwhelming.
Right.
So pick several choices and let them decide on which one they want to wear. Personal hygiene is one important area in which children should be taught to take care of themselves. This means washing their hands before eating and after using the bathroom, brushing their teeth twice daily, and being able to wash and soap themselves while taking a shower or having a bath. These are things that kids at that age are able to do by themselves. While kids at age 4 or 5 might not yet be able to do their own laundry, they can always be shown where the laundry basket is and be taught to have the discipline to toss their dirty clothes into the laundry basket instead of leaving them all over the place.
Don't leave your clothes laying all around
And just
everywhere.
because they're little doesn't mean they can't handle some responsibilities. Little ones can help clear the dining table before it's time to eat, or help wipe down the table after dinner is done. If you have pets at home, kids aged 4 to 6 can also be put in charge of remembering to feed the pets or to refresh the water bowl.
Exactly.
Kids age 7
Now, what
and
it,
older,
that's
you
exactly
can
what.
definitely
Hold on,
assign
wait.
them certain house chores that they can.
That's exactly the. So they saying the exact task that I already done gave out. Refresh the food in the dog bowl and refresh the water in the dog bowl. Sound good. Turn your screen around. Let me see what you in there with us? You hearing us? Yeah, okay. That's my man's.
Handle. This is the age when children can start being responsible not just for themselves, but also for tasks that contribute to the family.
Need one of what? Need one of what?
House chores can include doing the dishes or loading and unloading the dishwasher, vacuuming or sweeping the floor, or helping you to keep the home organized. All these can teach your kids important life skills as well as speed up their maturity. Independence doesn't only refer to being able to do things on their own, though. They also need to learn how to handle problems and emotions on their own as well. So spend time talking to your child and teaching them problem-solving skills and how to deal with negative emotions in healthy ways. This will ensure that they will be able to take their independence out of the home and handle themselves just fine at school and in public.
Right.
Independence is also needed to be able to handle themselves in the presence of others. So make sure not to forget the social aspect of your child's development. Let them spend time with other kids, such as at playdates and in classes and activities with other children apart from their friends at school. This will teach them how to make friends independently and how to conduct themselves in social settings and how to forge lasting relationships.
Right.
These are some of the most useful skills you can teach your children that will help them get out of their comfort zone and prepare them for life. Becoming more independent is an ever-learning process, not only for our kids, but also for us parents, because we have to learn to let go.
Oh
So
my.
always remember not to do for your children things that they can do for themselves. We're merely holding them back from developing really essential life skills that they need. And remember to be patient with them on their journey to becoming independent, and appreciate all the little moments on the journey. That wraps up today's topic of teaching your kids to be.
So as far as being independent for the children, it's essential. It's the number one thing, because look at where I'm at right now, and I was once a child. So being independent is the biggest thing. But how can I spend time with you, teaching you how to be independent? Not only in just a house, around the house thing, but all the way through your life thing. And we just talking about spending time together. So let's go through some fun stuff that we as a family like to do when we spend time together. One thing that we do is watch TV, right? And we watch a show Monday through Friday. We used to do that during the school year. We ain't doing it right now because we just be chilling. But what show y'all want to look at? I got one. Don't worry about it. Let me wake y'all up. Y'all look like y'all sleep over there. Well, Eli look like he enjoying. Wish y'all could do a little. There we go. Hey, look at my man's.
From relieving roughness to soothing skin, there's
This one
Before
should be good.
and there's Aquaphor.
They gonna give us 2 ads. Get your American Express on, girl. Hey, the American Express on, girl. The American Express on, girl. Hey, well, what's up? Hold on.
Be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Pokemon, I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Pokemon is understand the power that's inside.
Pokemon, it's you.
Oh,
I know it's my destiny. Pokemon. Oh. All right, here we go, Dan. Here you go. That's him. Hey, look. Hey. Hey, let's go. That ain't Ash, but that's the singer of this song. Hey. You and me. It's so true. Hey. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah. Oh, we heard this. Let's go. That's right, get it. That's right. There's no better team. That's right, let's go. Arm in arm, we'll win the fight. It's always been our dream. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. So true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. All right, we ain't doing no more verses. That was good. We're gonna do one more. These the songs that me and my kids know because we watch these shows together. All right, here we go. Yeah, we'll take the copyright. But it don't matter. Let y'all see me on the big screen. All right, we out. Here we go. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, we're living a little single life. Hey, you gotta get louder than that. I need this turned up. I need it boosted up.
yeah, living single.
Keep your hey. Hey, am I true? Hey, we are check it out. Hey, what you want to bring? Cause it's your world, 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girl. Hey, y'all, they don't know nothing about that one. Yeah, y'all hear them back. Yeah, I hear them back there. So that's one of the things that me and my kids do together. Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that. Finally realizing my responsibilities. It's me. That Moesha right there. We're going to have to start watching that. They got good life lessons for y'all, too. We'll find a way to. It actually probably come on the. It actually come on the antenna TV. So we gonna go ahead and round out. You say what, Dan? Well, exactly on Dabble. Yeah. So we gonna go ahead and round out the episode today. I didn't even know that we was this far ahead into the show. We only got about like 5 minutes left, so we gonna go ahead and round it out. With some good parenting quotes. This is gonna be good for y'all young people listening right now. All right, y'all listen up, and I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow on another episode of Expansion Pack Tech Tuesdays. TikTok. If you watched on TikTok today, make sure you go over to twitch.tv/DGTA_TV. Or DanFman007 so that you can watch and you can react along with us as well. Otherwise, you're just going to see me sitting here talking to you like this. But y'all enjoy these. Y'all better feed them before we go off. All right, y'all. Y'all listen to these. Get y'all some good information, some good quotes.
Children are educated by what the grown-up is, and not by his talk.
Hey, y'all listen up.
Children are educated by what the grown-up is, and not by his talk. If you have never been hated by your child, you have never been a parent. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. The best way to make children good is to make them happy. It is time for parents to teach young people that in diversity there is beauty and there is strength. There is no such thing as a perfect parent. Just be a real one. There really are places in the heart you don't even know exist until you love a child. When your children are teenagers, it's important to have a dog so that someone in the house is happy to see you. Encourage and support your kids because children are apt to live up to what you believe of them.
That one was real good.
Parenting without a sense of humor is like being an accountant who sucks at math.
Right. Hey, are y'all listening to these quotes?
You can learn many things from children. How much patience you have, for instance. The thing about parenting rules is there aren't any.
We're going to pause for a second, y'all. Bite just leveled up. So let's see if he evolved. We might have an evolution on our hands. Oh, he level 15. But he is not evolved yet.
Yes. Yo, he's evolving. He has fire around him.
Nah, he ain't evolved yet. Let's see if he evolved. Give him a couple more seconds. Give him a couple more seconds. If y'all in here on Twitch, y'all feed Bite. He could always use something to eat. All right, I'm gonna get back to the video.
That's what makes it so difficult.
I heard you. Y'all listen up to these last bit of quotes.
No matter how much time you spend reading books or following your intuition, you're gonna screw it up 50 times. You can't do parenting right.
See y'all later.
If you bungle raising your children,
but my rule of thumb is to dedicate at least the first half of the conversation to pure active listening. So I hope these 4 tips help you listen completely in your next conversation. Question of the day, which one of these tips do you need the most work on? I would love to read what you have to say below in that comment section. And I do have 2 follow-up videos on listening coming soon, on comprehensive listening and empathetic listening. And I'll link to those in the description below once they are posted. And I also have a 1-hour course.
So for me, hey, what's up, Zanita67? Good to have you in the building. So for me, the part I need the most help on is not taking over the conversation and switching the topic. Well, not necessarily switching the topic, but I feel like I'm so engaged sometime with listening that the other person feels like they need to listen to me too a little bit. So they, and it just ends up being like I'm talking. So I need to shut up.
His head and his experience, then you will suddenly become a better listener. That's the key, not just telling people to listen more.
Right. Okay, so let me take this topic just a little bit deeper than saying, all right, effective listening or listening carefully and figure out what it's supposed to do for your mental. So I just had on the episode maybe like 2 days ago, they were talking about problems and exchanging the problem with somebody else. Like, all right, you write down your problems, I'm gonna write down my problems, and we'll change out the paper. And when you look at it, you'd be like, your problems ain't that bad, and you'd be like, man, or whatever on those problems. Well, listening is kind of the same thing. And when you listen to somebody that's close to you, especially, and you hear some of the things that they might have been through, going through in a day, you feel like you were there with them. You get a sense of what they were feeling too. And that right there is motivating to the other person. It's like a synergizing effect. It's just bouncing back and forth. So that is the purpose of it. But it's hard to get outside of yourself. So let's see how you can, instead of listening to other people, let's see something that we can listen to ourselves.